Live. Trump addresses Democrats live at the State of the Union address. He's going to deal with it. Candace Owens exposes Erika Kirk. You know, it's getting real nasty around this joint. Tomorrow, Candace Owens is doing part one of the expose on this girl, Erika Kirk. She just, I don't know, man. The more people start talking about her, and I hate to look at it like that, but it's hard to ignore the things that they're saying. Okay, so while we wait for the audience to pull up, you know what I'm saying? Let's go through some content.
People and work together in life, but trust can also be exploited, easily exploited. And the social engineers and psychological operators know this. Since most people are good-hearted, they want to believe that everything they're seeing on TV or on the internet is exactly what's really happening. So most people, while good-intentioned, are easily manipulated. And
today's show is going to be very deep, man. We're going to really get into we're going to get into the crevices of this thing. Zero, salute, baby.
Led astray. And then they become uncritical followers. Maybe it's good to remind people of things like this.
If Robbie Parker, I assume he's going to come out to the microphones now and make a statement. Looks like the family is there and they're getting ready to make to come to the microphone. So we'll listen to it.
Okay.
We're going to get nasty today, ladies and gentlemen. Double tap the screen on the way in the door. Okay, let's go. We got some bombshells to drop on Erika Kirk. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is going to be letting the Democrats speak tonight. So this is going to be like a fucking, this is going to be a wild night, y'all.
So my name's Robbie Parker.
Maybe it's good to...
Question of the day. Is Trump doing a good job? Yes or nah? Maybe he could do a better job. Let's see where you're at.
Remind people of things like this so that in the future we can safeguard our minds from things.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna just say it. I don't trust the broad, you know,
like this.
I was maybe 10 or 15 feet away when it happened.
If you've ever been shocked on this show today, I'm gonna fuck your heads up. So much corruption going on in that funky ass White House, man. I'm gonna show it to y'all today, man. We gotta go through it.
I was doing okay.
Matter of fact, we're gonna get right back to that. I want to show y'all what she just did. I want to show y'all what she did. And this is why tomorrow is going to be so fucking lit. You know what I mean? And, you know, God bless Candace Owens. Let's just pray for her safety after this shit. I'm telling you, it's nasty.
Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building after being shot at Utah Valley University. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
I hate people that cry, don't have no tears. I didn't know she was Miss she was crowned Miss Arizona for a Trump pageant.
That young man, I forgive him.
Take your time.
I'm sorry, she's fake.
Erika Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited. Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists. Listen, I ain't the closest one to my family members. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something, man. Your sister come out and start, you know, everybody knows that your sister is your first line of defense when it comes down to your female, man. It ain't your mama. And if it is your mama, you got a problem. But your sister is going to smell bad pussy.
Erika.
Did I say bad pussy?
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited. Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century.
They was whipped up. Do you see the outfits that they had on?
Describes her husband's funeral as the...
I swear to God, these politicians, man, they got the bag.
Event of the...
She shops where fucking Jasmine Crockett shops at, man. This bitch is whipped up. I guarantee you she got some Chanel diamonds hidden somewhere.
Century merch hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband
stand alive.
Tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the Prime Minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
We heard conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt. $8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on?
Let me tell you something, man. When she dropped this shit tomorrow, and she named this part 1 tomorrow that they're going to have. I think it's going to be at 6.
We have nothing to hide. My aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
Bride of Charlie, not Chucky. Charlie. Damn, man. Now, she ain't the only one. There's a bunch of people, including Charlie Kirk's sister, like I said. Now, look at what Charlie Kirk's sister went and said. And they saying that, this is one that should concern you. When they don't say allegedly, you better put your antennas up, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Now, I'm going to let this just play through.
He wrote on everything. He has papers everywhere. This says...
I think the Congressional hearing, I'm not the Congressional hearing, excuse me. The State of the Union address. The only reason it's really interesting, first and foremost, we need Trump out here talking. That's number 1, right? But number 2, he's going to open up the doors for the Democrats to respond. Oh,
it's the priorities. It's
people going to be classic, messy. I hope nobody gets shot.
There's family, children, legacy, kids number 1.
When I'm looking at this does not look like an adult writing anything. To me, this is just insane to say that this is the same person writing this.
You're sick. He's a human being.
Museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie.
Everyone wants an answer to this evil. And sometimes the answer is very clear.
So Charlie Kirk's sister Mary just came out and said Erica has been lying about him and that the letter Erica posted for Valentine's Day wasn't even written by Charlie. Instead, Erica may have written it herself. And honestly, when people saw that letter, they immediately thought something was off. The handwriting doesn't match Charlie's, and then you read what it actually says, and it's just full of compliments about Erica that it sounds like something written to shape a public image. And then on top of that, Erica once again tried to push that same Sabbath narrative again, which had nothing to do with the letter.
Take his phone Friday night, Shabbat Shalom, throw it in the junk drawer, and he would come in, open the junk drawer. Everyone has a junk drawer. Open the junk drawer, said Shabbat Shalom, put it in there, turn the phone off, slam the door. And on Friday night, when he would get home from work, he would turn off his phone and he would shove it in the junk drawer and he would say, Shabbat Shalom.
But now even more information is coming out. There are reports alleging that Charlie had been planning to divorce Erica. He was apparently already sleeping in a separate room and had stopped wearing his wedding ring. And besides that, there's also the claim that Charlie discovered a life insurance policy had been taken out on him without him knowing about it. So when you line it all up, Charlie's marriage breaking down, a sketchy life insurance policy, his sudden death, and then Erica stepping into power as the new CEO, the timing alone makes it hard not to question what was really going on behind the scenes.
Watch Erica Kirk write her character.
And that's the goal for buying us, right? I know. You did, and he was taken so early. Parents are private. You did, and he was taken so early.
All right, so Erica recently posted what she says is the last love letter Charlie ever gave her. And right away, people started noticing something didn't add up. The handwriting doesn't look like Charlie's. And
I smell bullshit. If you smell bullshit, type ones in the chat.
way it's written doesn't sound like
Thank you, New York Nikki. Thank you very much.
like his voice at all. So when you already have all this other drama swirling around Erica and Turning Point, the alleged lies and everything else tied to the assassination case, of course people are going to question it. So let's look at what Erica actually posted. This is a handwritten letter she put up on Instagram claiming
This chicken scratch shit right here, man. Now, who's supposed to
Charlie wrote it for her. First off, you can see the handwriting is
I'm saying immortalizing her, talking about the family structure. It became such a,
very sloppy, and it's hard to read half of it. But the parts you can make out are basically non-stop praise. Charlie supposedly calls Erica an amazing and talented mother, and then goes on to talk about how much he loves her. It reads, "I love you so much, and I can't wait to see what adventures lie ahead of us. I adore you beyond words. Thank you for being such an amazing wife to me." And then in the caption, Erica added her own twist to it and reminded everyone to, how sweet, right? That's what we're supposed to think. Now let's actually look at the letter Erica posted a little closer. We're being told this is Charlie's handwriting. But if you look at it, the lowercase letters are almost the same size as the uppercase ones. The spacing is all over the place. Words are crammed together in some spots, stretched out in others. There are also multiple grammatical errors, and it just looks rushed and chaotic. So some people online compared this to other samples of Charlie's writing that are already out
They saying the bitch wrote it herself. I mean, the woman wrote it herself.
And when you put them side by side, it doesn't line up.
When I'm looking at this does not look like an adult writing anything. Right? There's too many grammatical errors, and it is messy. But again, if we go over and we look at Charlie's writing, if we go over here and we look at Charlie's writing, I can easily make out every letter. The D clearly has all the pieces that you need for it. Although even here, it looks like it was an A.
Well, some people might be saying in their mind that not everybody writes the exact same way all the time, right?
A line above it or something weird, but you can make out every letter in this. Brendan MAGA. But to me, this Brendan MAGA and the signature and the fact that I can make out every single letter clearly and easily. Now, again, this might be manuscript and not cursive, but his cursive, I mean, this to me, this is just insane.
Tap the screen. Let's get the lights up, ladies and gentlemen.
To say that this is the same person writing this. But the more I look at this, the more this looks like someone else trying to write messy. And even the CK here with a loop around it and the heart, that doesn't even seem to match the stuff.
Sitting around just professing his love, on, you know what I'm saying, doodling on papers. Most people, when they doodle on papers, they take notes for something, and shit like that. They don't sit around and write memoirs about their lover.
Well, for
their spouse, excuse me.
Now here's the part that really makes people uncomfortable.
Not men, not dudes. Not dudes that's busy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas not sitting around writing shit. Niggas hardly want to write your name on a birthday card. They just want to put some fucking money in.
Even if Charlie actually wrote that letter, why would Erica share it with the public? Why put out a letter full of mistakes and sloppy writing? It almost feels like she's trying to diminish him in his death and chip away at how he's remembered. But then you have the other possibility. What if Erica wrote this letter herself? Then you have to ask what the goal is. Is this about convincing everyone that Erica was the love of Charlie's life? That their marriage was perfect? Well, the timing is interesting because this letter shows up right after Erica was criticized for removing the wedding photo from Charlie's office. So this definitely feels like damage control. But it goes deeper than that. More receipts are one insider who claims to be close to Charlie's sister Mary said that Charlie had confided in his sister's.
Word, that's the angle I've been taking. That Erica was kind of like jealous of their relationship, not jealous in a way where she thought that Charlie was fucking Candace, but that like Charlie wouldn't tell her everything, but he'll run to Candace and tell Candace everything. You know what I'm saying? Him and Candace had a little. they had like an understanding, let's say that, right? Because they were arguing, then next thing you know, you'll be thinking that's the end of them, and they'll get back together, you know.
About his plans to divorce Erica. The source also shared that Charlie and Erica sold their house in Arizona.
There's just a lot coming out, text messages, all type of shit.
Last year, and allegedly they had already started living separately before Charlie was assassinated. On top of that, this insider close to Mary.
All right. Now we just working our way up into the State of the Union address later on. You know what I'm saying? But I got a bunch of shit about this Candace Owens, Pam Bondi too. You know, we gonna get into all of this stuff. I got a few things to go through. Carolyn Levitt, she said that Trump said, if you lay one fucking hand on an American, we're going over there and we're gonna fuck Mexico up, basically. That's a direct threat, you know.
Charlie and Erica's marriage was nowhere near as perfect as it looked online. According to them, there were major arguments behind the scenes, and Charlie had apparently started to feel like Erica switched up.
Share the video, man. Was Erica a little thotty?
And was acting like a completely different person than the one he married. The insider also revealed that Charlie's sister Mary never warmed.
Let's get the likes up real quick. Everybody, but a dead body. Double tap the screen and let's get the likes up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's a lot of funky business going on with her, and there's so much being exposed about her. Got my jaw dropped. No freaky.
Up to Erica, and added that Erica and her sister-in-law have little in common. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Another source close to Turning Point recently revealed that in the months leading up to Charlie's assassination, Erica was already stepping into his role as CEO and acting like he was already on his way out.
Every time Erica got involved in a Turning Point event, something felt off. People got pulled from their posts for no clear reason, replaced with names nobody recognized. What most people don't realize is that Erica had already started acting like CEO before Charlie even died. She was giving orders, making executive calls, speaking for the organization in ways that made all of us uncomfortable. Charlie would try to intervene and she'd just talk over him like he didn't even matter anymore.
And then there are all those other red flags in Charlie and Erica's interactions. There was that awkward moment when Charlie asked Erica about their wedding date and she just froze. She literally couldn't remember how long they'd been married and then tried to justify it by saying there were too many dates to remember.
Well, this one's easy. How long have you been married and when did you know it was time to get married?
We've been married since 2021.
Oh God.
We laugh about this.
She was a bimbo, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Trump's probably smacked that around.
It's because our dates are so messed up because of babies, meaning there's so many dates to remember.
It's one of those small things, but when you put it together with everything else, of the letter, the divorce rumors, the house, the Turning Point stuff, it just adds to the sense that things behind closed doors were completely different from the public image. But here's where this gets actually creepy. Reports recently surfaced claiming that Charlie had a massive life insurance policy taken out on him in 2023 by a company that was dissolved just months before his death. The premiums alone were $350,000 a year, and the payout to Erica would allegedly be between 20 and 50 million. An auditor, Brian Ferentz, went through Turning Point tax documents and found that an LLC called GGLF paid the premiums. And while the tax documents are public, the name of the person who actually collected the payout is private. Of course, most people assume it's Erica, which makes sense. But the timing, that's the part that sets off alarms, because his LLC that paid for the premiums was dissolved 7th, 2025, just 3 days before Charlie was assassinated.
Now, you know that she recreated that tent, right? To do a show like this broad here. She like, that's disgusting, man.
On top of that, social media users discovered that in mid-2024, Turning Point sent $350,000 to that same LLC. So that money went toward a split dollar life insurance policy, meaning Turning Point gets the premiums, gets reimbursed when Charlie dies, and whatever's left goes to the beneficiary, which we can assume is Erica. This is all extremely sketchy, and it raises serious questions. Did Charlie even take out this policy himself, or did someone do it for him? And more importantly, was it taken out without him even knowing? And with everything that's come out about Erica in the past few months, it also makes you think if Charlie had started realizing his wife was possibly plotting behind his back, a sloppy or maybe totally fake love letter, divorce rumors, Charlie's family keeping their distance from celebrating with fireworks after he died, and now this massive life insurance policy. It makes you stop and think, if all these huge red flags were allowed to leak, what else are we not being told here?
Nasty. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Y'all know I got to take you through the fucking grinder with this shit, sadly. But look, some more Erika Kirk. I was sleeping on her. I kind of fell off the Charlie Kirk thing, man. And now I come back to this shit. And Candace, I don't know, she acting like she wants to get unalived out this motherfucker. Because you know what they do with whistleblowers. You know what I mean? Let's pray for Candace, y'all.
Now, I'm not saying in this video that any of these people are actors and actresses, but I got some serious questions. And we're going to have to be willing to come to terms with the fact that there are some really, really bad people in this world who will do anything for money and power. And this wealth and power corrupts them so badly that they lose their humanity, and they'll do things that average people like you and I just won't do. If she's not in on this whole thing, it appears that Erika Kirk is possibly being exploited. Before his body was even cold,
They ain't that much dumb in the world, bro.
It sure does look like Republican operatives descended on this poor widow. They offered no solace, only scripts, no compassion, just talking points. Their goal wasn't to console her, but to choreograph her sorrow for political gain. What
hit the poll, man? Do you think Trump is doing a good job?
Unfolded was one of the most grotesque displays of exploitation in American politics, turning a shattered woman, if that's really what she is, into a mouthpiece for the Republican machine. Consider the heartlessness of it all. In her darkest hour, grappling with sleeplessness, explaining death to her toddler, and reeling from the violent loss of her partner, Erika was encircled not by counselors, but by strategists. While she faced widowhood, it looks like others were crafting her media.
I said gold digger. I didn't say that, but
rollout.
But she ain't fucking with no broke niggas.
As she faced widowhood, others were refining her message. The signs of outright orchestration seem
Your mama's a loser.
undeniable. A mourning widow suddenly morphed into a conference promoter.
For our TPUSA Faith event, if you wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA, the world needs Turning Point USA. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
From housewife to head of Turning Point.
Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work. And yes, campus events will.
Saying salute to her. You know, let me just let y'all know in the audience, right? I'm not here to say that anybody did anything, right? I'm just gonna say looks kind of fishy.
Continue. And we will continue to hold debates and dialogue.
Her grief repurposed to fuel the GOP's agenda.
Chefcito.
And I'm not saying she's in on it, but is she?
I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show, who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair every day. He loved what he did.
Disgusting. Can y'all get the that is politics though. That is. And I'm gonna show y'all just how right after this, I'm gonna show y'all why I don't trust a lot of them now.
I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. He did. Your friendship was amazing. He loved the Chicago Cubs.
I thought she was going to say Oreo cookies.
The Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks.
This is Erika Kirk back in 2012 playing the lead female role in a music video for Emerson Drive's song She.
Yeah, I know that's not no tramp stamp on her back. Hell nah, Erica. This bitch is running around like Erica Kane. Erica Kane, y'all. Susan Lucci.
She's my kind of crazy where she zip lines through Las Vegas.
Means nothing.
Scenes.
If you're new here, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. Ronnie in the building. You know what I'm saying? If you're new here, let's double tap the screen, get the likes up. We'll go to the top right, hit the 3 dots, and subscribe too, man. We almost at 50,000, man. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Salute to y'all.
And gets hooked up to this guy.
Go up there. Go ahead and hit that super chat, man. Don't be afraid. You know, put it in my pocket.
Guy who drives this red Ford truck, ending
the slide off. Yo,
with the marriage between these two at a chapel in Las Vegas by a guy who looks like Elvis. This is the same Erika on May 13th, 2019, less than 2 years before she became Erika Kirk, starring in a cameo role for her blind date to Jordan Baroy in Summer House Season 3, Episode 10 of The Bachelorette.
You. Yo, this is all a new reaction to me. I didn't even know none of this shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Y'all way smarter than me, man. They send me this shit and I react. I react to the reactions. Let's get the likes up. Everybody but Dead Body. I'm not hating on Erika Kirk. I'm not hating on her. I'm saying that a lot of facts are coming out about her, and that's all we're doing is reviewing the facts. You know, I would hate to be throwing something on a mourning woman that is untrue. So everything here is alleged, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? We rock with Trump. We don't rock with all Trump's friends. You know, not everybody's clean around this shit. There's something in the milk.
You got this. Jordan's probably a virgin, so I'm setting Jordan up with my
If it looks like hate, in my opinion, and my breakdown looks like hate, then you know it is what it is. It's not.
She's beautiful and she happens to be religious.
But I'm capable. Oh yeah, double tap the screen. Get on. Let's get the likes up. I'm very capable.
Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because prior to becoming Erika Kirk, she was Erica Fransby, and she had a modeling career. She was a casting director. In 2012, she became Miss Arizona, which was a Trump-owned pageant. So they have Trump links, both of them, both Charlie Kirk and Erica Fransby, before they even met.
Now, let's not get it twisted. I don't subscribe to all of this bullshit, you know? But we do want to show everything. We don't want to be like them, whoever them are or is. We don't want to move the goalposts. So we want to hear all angles.
Had Donald Trump type ties. And how many of these people have we found out later had some kind of modeling or
that part? He's keeping it as he promised. That's what, you know, I'm not even going to argue about, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to take the Trump approach. I'm not fucking arguing with peasants no more.
Acting career.
I don't think this is the next level. God help you.
BMW shout out in the building, my brother.
This was beautiful blonde hair, her smile, her radiance. I can tell that she's got not only outward beauty, but in her beauty that's what I'm looking for in a woman.
So there's really no reason to play all this over because it's just probably copyrighted. This is the same Erika playing this role and this role and now this role and this role. And it's all linked up with Donald Trump. And it continues to promote.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But they hatred for this man is so amazing. And I'm not, you know, I don't want to do to them what they do to us and start calling people stupid and this shit. But this motherfucker's stupid. You got to be dumb. I said I wasn't going to do that. But everything is linked to Donald Trump. It's just a lot of fucking stalkism.
The left versus right.
No, that's a word. Stalkism. Let's put that shit in the dictionary. There's a lot of stalkism.
Paradigm lie, along with
hateism.
The major religious aspect of this. Are you of the mind that this right here is genuine?
Even in death, I could see the man that I love. I saw the one single gray hair on the side of his head, which I never told him about. Now he knows. Sorry, baby, telling you now, but never told him. Didn't want to. One moment, Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And
thank you for the super chat, Duck Duck Deuce.
Then he blinked. He blinked and saw his savior in paradise.
What exactly is being promoted right here?
My husband, Charlie. He wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life.
Do y'all believe this dude is? You know what? Let's not go down the rabbit hole yet. Scrub said they edited the video and the picture so the ring is just out of shot.
That young man. That young man. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice.
Why is Charlie Kirk's widow promoting the FBI's lone gunman theory?
Wendy, what's up, baby?
Why are people all over
FIFO, first in, Philo, first in, last out,
over the internet trying so tirelessly to find out who really killed Charlie Kirk, but we don't see any movement or desire for the truth from Erica Kirk or
in mind Trump's cult? Who are you talking to? You talking to me? I'm from Cambodia, man. I'm Cambodian. All I do is drink Cambodian breast milk. Hey, can y'all double tap the screen? Let's get the lights up. All right. Yeah.
or TPUSA?
Yeah, I am with Trump's cult.
Why is it in so many of these cases, these tragic incidents, do we see?
You know, just because I'm with Trump's cult don't mean that I like all this, these fucking politicians. And I'm gonna show you why, right? Look at this, right? Let's get back to Pam Bondi real quick before. Let's just go. I'm gonna be all over the place, but I'm gonna keep it real, right? This is why these Democrats right now are on our butts. Because of shit like this. Pam Bondi. Bugging the fuck out, man.
It was how she deflected that made it so embarrassing for her. In fact, at times, Bondi was so obnoxious and so disruptive that she had to be repeatedly, if gently, blocked by Jim Jordan from
Vaughn, salute.
Shouting over her questioners. And that is how it was covered. I mean, Jim
cares about you came over, Jose. Mira, Jose, right? You came over here to tell us that no one cares about Trump. You must have cared. You know what I'm saying? You typing all them sentences.
Jordan is the voice of reason. You kind of know things are going off the rails. So I've prepped a lot of people for these hearings. As I was just saying to Chris, I have watched hundreds.
Smoked on that. They smoked on that Pam Bondi so bad. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Come on, man. 20 likes. Let's go, man. 237 people. This is embarrassing. Everybody, double tap the screen or go to the top right, hit the three dots. That's where the like button is at. If you're on the TV, you know what to do. Grab your remote control. Go find your remote and press the like button. I'm waiting on y'all guys, okay? I mean, everybody that knows my channel, I don't give a fuck if, you know, there's how many people? 28 likes now? I'd rather there be 28 people here with 28 likes than you motherfuckers steal. You're stealing from the government. Uncle Sam wants you to hit the like button. If anybody talk about me stopping the show for likes, time them out for 86,000 seconds. Okay? That's what get the algorithm going. That's what we here for, a fucking show. You don't see a show with just 200 people. You know what I'm saying? You want to see a show with 2,000 people. So when you hit the like button, they send it out to more people. That shows them that you're enjoying the content. When you type something smart and don't get shot, that furthers it. I don't trust my own government anymore. Ooh, baby.
Of them. And this one is, well, pretty
me neither.
Easy to analyze. Because over the course of those 5 hours, Attorney General Pam Bondi made an absolute...
Let's get the likes up. I'm not playing. I'll fucking start playing music around this bitch. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Let me go check the likes now. I might be talking shit for no reason. Let me see. It says here on the like-o-meter. Sorry for cutting the show, you know what I mean, for this shit, but you gotta beat the audience up. Like sometimes it's good for all these people to get the fuck out and get some new people up in here, you know, that understand where the fuck they at, you know. This is the hit the like button show. All right, let me see. I'm gonna play the video in a second and keep it going. The State of the Union address doesn't even happen until 9 o'clock, so I ain't in no rush. You know, they'll send more motherfuckers over here. Okay, 39 likes. I don't like that. I need that to go to 100. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna play the music, sit here and let y'all look at the fucking screen. Where's my music at? Here we go. Ooh, child. All right. Let's get back to it.
Investigating.
This administration released over 3.
I hate to beat y'all up with this a little bit. I'm just going to give you a little bit more of this, right? Because, you know, I know you're tired of seeing this shit, but this is when he says, Jose said he doesn't trust the government. This is the reason why.
3 million pages of documents, over 3 million. And Donald Trump signed that law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them ask Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing.
That's what she fucked up at, man. Because that laugh was so genuine. He really laughed at her, bro.
I mean, I don't know why more people weren't laughing in exasperation at the absurdity of her answer. I mean, Pam Bondi was asked why she hadn't investigated any of Epstein's co-conspirators. And she basically said, because the Dow is over 50,000. I mean, I guess her argument is, do we really want our Justice Department?
She fucking blew it.
And investigating an elite cabal of pedophiles at a time when their stock portfolios are doing so well. Guess this is the Attorney General of the United States, though. I mean, she's a person that is supposed to make big, important, sober, prosecutorial decisions. a person that is supposed to be independent of the president, who she worships.
I mean, she ain't wrong. The lady's not lying on her. You fucking run the FBI. You run the Department of Justice, lady. You run every fucking thing.
Through the course of a 5-hour hearing.
How does she make it, man? Like Kash Patel, man, I always got to reference him with this shit because he just did way better.
Publicly, out loud.
Kash Patel was basically telling them, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm going to do what I want to do. Who?
And she's supposed to be independent.
I ain't gonna lie. If I ran the FBI and the Department of Justice, I would act this way too.
Of politics in general. But for most of this hearing, it felt like Pam Bondi was not really acting as the attorney general and more like she was auditioning for the role of a Trump campaign spokesperson. I mean, here she was responding to a comment about her office's handling of the killings of U.S. citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy.
The DOJ is not collaborating with state and local law enforcement on these homicides. So I really think that is a disgraceful approach to the homicides of American citizens, and really
look at this broad's hairdo.
Does nothing to.
It's like my boy from Tales from the Hood. You'll be knee deep in this shit.
Bring credit to your department. And Mr. Chairman, I would yield back.
Gentleman yields back.
May I answer?
Attorney General can respond.
I find it interesting that she keeps going after President Trump, the greatest president in American history.
DOJ isn't collaborating with local law enforcement to investigate the death of American citizens. That was in the question. It's an important thing to ask. And Pam Bondi's response is, Donald Trump is the greatest president in American history. And did I mention the Dow, which remains perhaps one of the most absurd moments of the hearing? It's like she was kind of a social media bot of sorts, replying with random non sequiturs and AI generated images of Donald Trump with a six-pack, or the verbal version of that. Can you imagine Merrick Garland answering a question?
Hold up, Merrick. Listen, let me explain something, right? This broad, when I tell you knee deep
in American history and
knee deep, now look at that woman's face, right? Go ahead and get a glimpse of it because I'm going to show you something. Really look at that woman's face. Go ahead and get a look because I'm going to. If you tell me that she doesn't look like this person that I'm about to show you right now. Now you see her face? Don't look at his face. You'll be knee deep in the shit. Oh, fuck y'all. She looks like that to me.
Back.
May I answer?
Attorney General can respond.
I find it interesting that she keeps going after President Trump, the greatest president in American history.
Cheerleading.
DOJ isn't collaborating with local law enforcement to investigate the death of American citizens. That was in the question. It's an
Let's get the likes up. Double tap the screen. And to get the likes up, that's how you do it. Double tap screen will go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. 49 likes. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The puffies in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, let's go.
Important thing to ask. And Pam Bondi's response is, Donald Trump is the greatest president in American.
Cassie says Trump sucks. Cassie, can I ask you a personal question? Do you have, because we most likely Caucasian, that's cool. But do you have cornrows? Not box braids. I'm talking about cornrows, Cleo.
History, and did I mention the Dow, which remains.
Miss Benzo in the building. Benzo, my friendzo. Salute to Miss Benzo.
Perhaps one of the most absurd moments of the hearing. It's like she was kind of a social media bot of sorts, replying with random non sequiturs and AI generated images of Donald Trump with a six-pack, or the verbal version of that. Can you imagine Merrick Garland answering a question like that? Hell, I mean, can you?
Hit the like button. I want y'all to look at that comment that's pinned up there. Looks like it says, you would think that they'll be tired after 11 years going after Trump. That's doing great for our contract, bringing inflation rates from 9 to 2.5%, more jobs, and oh my God, that man came in hot. Now, let me tell you something else too, right? All of y'all worries before, the prices of eggs. Man, I heard these Democrats talking crazy out here. The price of eggs, eggs is going to be an arm and a leg. Well, you might. Trump, unalive MAGA. How? I'm MAGA.
Imagine Bill Barr answering
I'm alive.
a question like that. And the thing is, it kept going like that over and over and over. Every time she was asked a serious question about something within her job description, she evaded, either by attacking the questioner or by really over the top glorifying her boss.
Hi, we're Charity Water. If we lost you at Charity, we get it. Give us a moment to change your mind. At Charity Water, we're known for telling.
I'm bad, y'all.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect.
I hate to talk bad about her, but she doesn't give a good impression.
Okay. To state the obvious, but we got to restate it sometimes. The question of whether or not the current sitting president of the United States attended any parties with a sexual predator where underage girls were present is not.
Dude says she looked like Epstein. Now, speaking of Epstein, and I was talking about Kash Patel. Let's get to one of these real quick, right? This was released a couple of hours ago. It's actually old. This person just released it, but I do like to get, show love to some of the smaller channels doing anything. I'm talking about smaller channels, less than 1,000 subscribers, Here you go.
18. I think there's
the same shit that they try to do to Kash Patel. Remember, this is Kash Patel's boss. Pam Bondi is his boss.
2 locations, sir.
It's 2019.
He did better than her.
And in that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I don't have the catalog of evidence in front of me.
In that residence, the FBI found a safe, correct?
I'll accept your representation.
Okay. And in that safe, the FBI found topless and lewd photographs of girls, correct?
Again, sir, I'll accept your representation. I don't know.
Thank you. It was all over the media at the time. There's a New York Times article that says Jeffrey Epstein is indicted on sex charges as discovery of nude photos is disclosed, dated July 8th, 2019. And the Times reports a trove of lewd photographs of girls was discovered in a safe inside financier Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion. Author Michael Wolff has conducted numerous interviews of Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to play for you a video clip of what Michael Wolff said Epstein told him was in the safe and what he showed the author was in this safe. So let's please play that clip now.
Elected. I was sitting talking to Epstein and he said, wait a minute, I got to show you something. And then he went into his safe and he came out with photographs. They were Polaroids, I think. And he kind of spread them out like playing cards. And it was Trump. I mean, I think there were a dozen of them. And it was Trump with girls of an uncertain age at Epstein's Palm Beach house, where all of the things that he would ultimately be accused of took place. And I remember very vividly 3 of them. There are 2 in which Trump is, the girls, topless girls are sitting on Trump's lap. And then a 3rd in which he has a stain on the front of his pants. And the girls are kind of pointing at it, sort of bent over, laughing.
So Director Patel, I'm going to ask you a very broad and general question. As you know, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were friends. There are, of course, photos showing Donald Trump together with Epstein, correct?
Let's get the likes up. Okay. I don't know why I gotta tell y'all so many times to get the likes up. This is crazy. As many people come through here. And you know, the dynamics of it is that people are just scrolling. If you're new here, type ones in the chat. I'm gonna show you right now. There's a lot of new people here that's just getting, you know, coming to the channel for the first time, and they just honestly just listening and scrolling. But I need y'all to double tap the screen and go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. Okay. If you're new here, type ones or type your city in the chat and let the people introduce yourself to the people in the chat. We actually read comments around here.
I don't have the entirety of the photographs, but I think they've been photographed in public together.
All right. Are there any photos showing Donald Trump with girls of an uncertain age?
No.
How do you know that?
Because that information would have been brought to light by multiple administrations and FBI investigators over the course of the last 20 years.
Well, you know what? That's just not true, because no one knew about the creepy birthday message that Donald Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein until the Wall Street Journal disclosed it. And then all of a sudden, the Epstein estate provides it to Congress.
Well,
so certainly you weren't there at the search. You don't know what Epstein may or may not have done with those photographs even prior to the search.
Hold up, fuck Epstein. I'm starting to think there's bots in my chat. Hey, let's get them shits up to 100. I'm about to end this live. We almost at an hour. They not hitting the like button. That's crazy. If you're not a bot, type ones or type FUs in the chat. Ones, FUs. And not my wrenches. I ain't talking about my wrenches. I'm talking about other people. FU. Salute, Brad. 1982. Salute. Frederick. Salute. Keep going. If you type FUs or ones, I'm going to shout you out. Trump on top. Dowie says. No, 1892 says 3. Lansky in the building. Salute. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. You know what I mean? Whether you like Trump or you don't, you know, this is not what it's all about. It's about doing what's good for the country. If you're not a bot, type ones in the chat or FUs. Spam the chat, man. Let them look alive. It's not Friday, but we need to see some movement in this chat. Keep going with the likes. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. All right. Okay, B, salute. Salute to you. Salute to you. Salute to everybody that type.
Maybe someone has it. Maybe the Epstein estate has it.
You raise a great point.
So I'm going to ask you, have you asked to talk to Michael Wolff?
You raise a great point. I haven't personally asked to talk to Michael Wolff.
Has the FBI asked?
But the FBI, I'll get back to you if the FBI...
I told you, Cash Patel be handling these motherfuckers like you. You know, I don't give a fuck about you. You do whatever you want. I'm already laid back in the made back.
I haven't personally asked to talk to Michael Wolff.
Has the FBI asked?
But the FBI, I'll get back to you if the...
Real, you got to get a real slippery person to run the FBI anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a straight nerd there. You got to have somebody that got some grit with them.
FBI
so Michael has about 100 hours of testimony of Jeffrey Epstein. Wouldn't it be good for the FBI to interview Michael Wolff?
I'm not saying they haven't. I just don't know.
Has FBI subpoenaed the tapes that Michael Wolff has conducted of Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't know.
All right. So if you could provide us an answer, that'll be terrific.
Sure.
Well, let me ask you this question then. Have you looked at all the photos in Epstein files?
I have looked at all the information that the investigators who investigated this case have provided to run out credible leads.
And in the Epstein file, was there that creepy birthday message that Donald Trump had written to Epstein?
No, that's what I was trying to tell you. You raise a great point. The estate of
shut the fuck up.
Jeffrey Epstein has a voluminous amount of information that they have not released before.
Okay, so that's great. So wouldn't it be great if FBI subpoenaed the estate of Jeffrey Epstein for all that information?
The estate is under no obligation to provide that material, even pursuant to a subpoena. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Ronnie.
That's just false.
Okay.
That's just false. You're the frickin' FBI. You can subpoena the information from the estate, and you better do that.
That's literally not how it works.
I'm going to move on now and talk about Epstein's client list. You confirmed that exists. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed earlier this year that exists. So I just want to ask you a simple question. Is Prince Andrew on Epstein's?
Quickly, is Trump doing a good job? Shit. 57% of the people, 56% of the people say no, he's not doing the job. The rest says yes.
Client list.
The material related to Prince Andrew has been made public.
Is Prince Andrew on the client list?
We have
I guarantee you it says 50-50 by the time we're done with it.
released the index of names that were in Jeffrey Epstein's.
Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list?
Luke, Jess.
The index has been released, and the index will speak for itself.
So I'm just going to say, America, there's a huge red flag. The FBI director could not answer whether Donald Trump was on Epstein's
Gentlemen's time
client
has
list.
expired.
I
You're
yield
not
back.
recognized.
Let's go back and review what the record actually shows. What we just watched was Ted
And the question was Trump on Epstein's client list?
Lieu doing what congressional oversight is actually supposed to do. Not perform outrage, not chase headlines, but quietly test whether promises. Lieu didn't speculate, he didn't accuse. He walked the FBI director through a narrow factual chain and let the gaps speak for themselves. The FBI searched Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan safe. At the time, media reports described explicit photographs. An author who later interviewed Epstein said those photos implicated powerful people. And yet, when asked directly, the man now in charge of those files could not, or would not, confirm whether he had personally reviewed all of that material, or whether specific
Well, who the fuck is gonna sit around and read 3 million 3 million pages of anything? 3 million pages. Motherfuckers take a lifetime to read 3 pages. 3 million pages? Knock it out.
items that have already been discussed publicly even appear in the FBI's possession. That tension matters, because there are 3 things this exchange forces the public to confront. First, evidence versus explanation. Patel leaned on 2 defenses: that he reviewed what investigators brought him, and that some material may be controlled by the Epstein estate. Both claims deserve scrutiny.
Word. Hey, Cash, is there a period after the word "the" on page, 10,961?
If the FBI truly lacks access to estate-held material, the remedy isn't acceptance. It's compulsion, subpoenas, court motions, judicial review. Saying, "We released what we legally can" is not transparency, unless the legal barriers themselves are placed on the record. Second, what transparency looks like in practice. Lieu didn't ask for victims' identities. He didn't ask for illicit material to be released. He asked whether every lead was pursued, whether journalists who said Epstein showed them material were interviewed, whether tapes or unique evidence were subpoenaed. That's how trauma-sensitive transparency works. Through redacted summaries, through inventories of seized items, through court filings that explain why sealing remains necessary.
Now this motherfucker here, Thomas Massey, another bastard. He said he gives a list of everybody that he wants to prosecute. You know what I'm saying? Now let's see who the hell he got on his tongue now. No freaky.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Congress created the Department of Justice. Congress funds the Department of Justice, and Congress is responsible for the oversight.
Very disingenuous. Very disingenuous. Shots by Shots TV says, and drop your link in the chat, man. Everybody that got a channel, please drop your link in the chat. He says that they were very quiet about Epstein a few years ago. Very disingenuous motherfrackers, right? Double tap the screen, let's get the likes up. So you're telling me that they knew who the fuck was in those files mad years ago, even before Trump started running for president, and now his name comes out on it? Don't you think that Trump's name would have been, even without him running for the president, if we would have found out this shit, let's say, for instance, 14 years ago. 14 years ago, we find out that Trump isn't, having some funk going on with Jeffrey Epstein. It was nasty, whatever. He would have been #1, bigger than Diddy. No freaky. He'd have been bigger than Diddy. That would have been the biggest thing in the news. You know what I'm saying? But they went quiet. You know what I'm saying? Good one, DMW.
Site of the Department of Justice. When will we see justice? I'll tell you what I've not seen. I've not seen any arrests from the revelations in the Epstein files, over 3 million documents.
Oh, it doesn't show the link. You can't actually hit the link inside the chat. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to your channels while I'm here, and I'm gonna put it on the community wall. How about that? I'm try it that way.
Describing horrible things, describing unspeakable things. So much of it redacted. Over 24 people have resigned, CEOs, members of government worldwide, but I haven't seen any arrests or investigations here in the United States from this Department of Justice. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, who has since been stripped of his royal titles due to his
nasty bastard
affiliation.
Let's get the likes up to 100, 249 people here, man. If you ain't a bot, type ones in the chat. Spam the chat with ones, man.
With Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested. Peter Mandelson, who previously served as UK's ambassador to the United States, resigned in disgrace from United Kingdom's House of Lords and the Labour Party. And he's been...
I do have a link where you can join the channel. If you want to pop up on the panel real quick and you want to say something, you got something, even if you want to debate something, you know, pop out, man. Don't be scared. All right. I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now and I'm going to pin it.
Been arrested. Former Prime Minister of Norway, Torbjorn Jagland.
My bad. Let me bring it back while I do these things.
It's a gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Massey, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Congress created the Department of Justice. Congress funds the Department of Justice. And Congress is responsible for the oversight of the Department of Justice. When will we see...
Pamela, I was telling Ms. Benzo that earlier. That's got to be the worst job in the world where everybody, you got a bunch of bad kids want you to give them, tell them what to do. Like, Jesus Christ.
Justice. I'll tell you what I've not seen. I've not seen any arrests from the revelations in the Epstein files, over 3 million documents describing horrible things, describing unspeakable things. So much of it redacted. Over 24 people have resigned, CEOs, members of government worldwide, but I haven't seen any arrests or investigations here in the United States from this Department of Justice. Prince Andrew, Duke of York.
Why you remind me of like Sherlock Holmes or one of them?
Has since been stripped of his royal titles due to his affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested. Peter Mandelson, who previously served as UK's ambassador to the United States, resigned in disgrace from United Kingdom's House of Lords and the Labour Party. And he's been arrested. Former Prime Minister of Norway, Torbjorn Jagland, has been charged. But we don't see any charges, arrests, or investigations in the United States. What do we see? We see our FBI director celebrating in the locker room at the Olympics overseas. It's
yeah, I see your links. They popping up now.
Fine to be proud of this country, but we should be proud of this country because we have a system of justice that works. And yet we do not. Who are the men that should be investigated? I'll name them right here. Leon Black. You don't even have to see past
that link, that StreamYard link right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get to if you want to join the panel, this is how you do it. It's pinned to the top.
The redactions to see that this man needs to be investigated. Jess Staley, accused of terrible things. It's right there in the files. Why is he not being investigated? And Leslie Wexner, why did the FBI list him as a co-conspirator in their own documents in a child sex trafficking case, and then tell him, according to him, that they had no questions for him? Why is that? Well, the Epstein Files Transparency Act requires the DOJ and the FBI to disclose to us Their internal memos and emails about how they made those
Let that super chat, y'all. Let's start a trend up in here, man. You know what I'm saying?
decisions, whether to prosecute or not prosecute. Yet they have not delivered those memos. And we still don't have the
What did I do, Cito?
memos and documents and emails from 2008 to explain why Jeffrey Epstein was given such a light sentence in what would have been an
Motherfucker campaigning now. He campaigning, man. Salute, man. What's good? What's good? Good family, country. What's up?
What's good, bro, man? I'm chilling, bro. Listening to your channel. Trying to pick your brain about some things. That's it.
Okay, where you from?
Originally from Patterson, New Jersey. Residing in Florida, Broward County.
Okay, all right. My cousins and I'm from out there, Patterson. Lean on me. That's where the Joe Clark school was at, right? All right. What's your question? What you want to pick?
Yes, sir. So what's your thoughts like on the president and like general, and then what the information that you putting out about the Epstein file, what's your thoughts on everything?
Well, I think until they answer, this is my thing, right? I like Trump, but if I find out Trump was on some bullshit with kids, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. Up until then, you gotta look at it like this, man. I'm a dude that had 20 years in jail, right? And I've been around a lot of motherfuckers that say that they innocent and they was guilty. You know what I mean? That's the trend in jail, right? But then you do have a lot of people that are actually innocent. Case in point, there's a guy named Money, right? AKA Terrence Rice. He's from New York. He was accused of shooting three police officers. What we did over here was we did a petition for Terrence and we got him home and found out that he was innocent, right? So we have a trend in America where it's guilty until proven innocent, right? Now, me, I'm not just about, speaking for the people that's the same color as me. I like to speak for America as a whole because I think that you marginalize yourself when you start speaking about a specific ethnic group, knowing that American corporation ain't none of us foundational. I mean, even if we are foundationally Black Americans, we label ourselves this, right? We not even that. You know what I'm saying? We Negroes, we Negroes. You know what I'm saying? We was named that this other shit. You know what I mean? To take what we own on this fucking America before it became a corporation. Think about it like this: back in the days, they gave you what? 40 acres and a mule, right?
Yeah.
Do you know approximately how big 40 acres is?
I got an idea about approximately how big 40 acres is. It's a lot because like 1.5 acres is a decent amount of land.
The USDA, right? We own so much, Black people. We own so much farmland in this country. But I mean, like 65% of this shit, like right after slavery, this is what we was doing. We was farming and shit like that, right? We wasn't, and right now we have nothing, And I think that I'm moving a little bit ahead of the point. Let me backtrack for a second. I think that Black people, a lot of us have been accused of being guilty before proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? Based off of skin color politics, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, right? And I don't think that it's right that you accuse anybody of something without being able to prove it. So that's my whole thing. I'm not with conspiracy shit. If I find out that you did something, we're gonna out you. But up until then, we're gonna support him. That's how I feel about the whole Epstein thing. Do I believe that he was getting down freaky and shit like that? Maybe he was. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I mean, Clinton was getting his dick sucked under the table. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these elected officials get fucked just to get to the position that they want in a political sphere. I just find it hard to trust anything these politicians are saying, knowing that they're in bed with big business. So that's where it's at. And that's how I feel about it. You know,
Yeah,
I don't like
most
people.
does. So what you
Think about somebody calling you a rapo, and you know what I mean. And just because there's a lot of us saying it, that's what you know, it takes off. But there's nobody pulling. No, there's no victims. There's nobody coming and saying that you did anything. It's just, I feel like saying that you're a rapist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I had people do it to me on YouTube. I had people go in campaigns, 2-3 year campaigns, and call me. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail for robbing motherfuckers and doing terrible, terrible violence. You know what I'm saying? And they call me a rapo. You know how I felt? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I take a personal thing and a person. I know what it's like to be targeted in that way and be completely innocent, but still, because there's popular people saying it, people believe that shit. You know, even when you show them the, proof that what they talking about is truthful.
Yeah. Well, what you think? You think like most of the things that they said about Epstein, you think is true?
Yep. Yeah, I believe it's true. I believe that humankind is. You ever seen Game of Thrones?
No, I don't do too much TV watching.
Okay, well, in Game of Thrones, it's a real brutal and honest and raw depiction of how humans can get down. You know what I'm saying? There used to be a movie called Lord of the Flies, right? And this movie was about a bunch of kids that got stranded on an island. You know, they was killing each other and doing all type of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? And is that, you know, I feel like human nature is crazy. You know what I mean? And you have to really, really take all this shit with a grain of salt when it's coming from the news. You got to really dig into the shit, into yourself, and find out what are you really trying to find out. Because you got to ask yourself, as long as they know about this Epstein shit, nobody could even tell. Can you name one victim? Name one of the victims.
You said name one of the victims?
Yeah, anyone, any victim. You can even look it up. Go ahead and look it up if you want to.
No, I know. I mean, the one that they had that they said the black light-skinned female that they said was like his girlfriend, and she was involved when they interviewed her. She didn't seem like a victim. It seemed like she enjoyed the escapades, whatever sexual escapades that they were doing. It didn't seem like, or at least how I took it when they interviewed her, it didn't seem like she, you know, I mean, they all sick. So like the people that are still alive to tell a story, I really don't see none coming out with any details. Most of the information given is from the unredacted, you know, documents they have and stuff, but I really haven't seen anybody come out and really expound on what's been going on. So the only victim that I know of is that the light-skinned chick. That's it though. And she really ain't, you know.
Octavia Douglas says, do your research. There's plenty of victims. It's a whole documentary. Well, this channel is about doing research, and we've done the research, right? Now, I want you to go back and understand this, Octavia, right? First, I'm not saying that there's not any victims. I said to name one. That's what I said, right? But number two, I want you, let's go a little bit further. Yeah, there's victims, right? Obviously, if I said that I believe most of the shit that they said about Epstein is true, then that means that I also agree to there being victims or so-called survivors, right? But let me ask you this next question for you, brother. Name one of the victims. The most spoken about, most popular president, the most controversial president that we've ever seen in our history. Name one victim that said that he did something to them.
I'm gonna say you referencing Trump, right? You referencing Trump?
Yeah. You know, he's the most popular.
I'm gonna say, I mean, you remember he went through all of them like lawsuits and stuff. So I would just say, you know, they accused him, but he was never, I don't believe he was charged with anything, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Accused and charged. Okay, again, guilty to proven innocent. I do want to say this, right? that now the Democrats were accusing the Republicans. Now, let me explain this to whoever asked me about the victims. Of course, there's victims because they were accusing the Republicans of exposing their name, saying that was basically, hitting below the belt. But yet they had the victims, 20 victims, pop up at the congressional hearing against Pam Bondi. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely know that there's victims. You know what I mean? But we also know there's a lot of Me Too involved with that. Which nine times, thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Sasha Riley. Did we look at Sasha Riley yesterday, y'all? He called out Epstein getting arrested and said Epstein had scientists back then make him a form of coronavirus, just in case if he got locked up, he was going to push the button on that. Ooh. Sasha Riley claimed haven't been verified, but he said he would testify in front of Congress and take the lie detector test. 9 o'clock is coming around, y'all. We about to look at the State of the Union address in a little while. DBN, the whole shit. I mean, once we start talking about PP and we and coochie and little people and all that shit, yeah, we digging into some dark territory. We going down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? What's your views, though, bro?
Bro, I'm gonna put it like this. I think there's only, from what I know, the information that I've researched, I think all of them are involved in some type of deviant sexual behavior. I do, however, believe that there's one side that is more involved in it. I think it's the left. I think there's more evidence showing, like, pedophilia, whatever you want to say, more so on the left from Bill Clinton. I think, like a lot of people, they try to tie Trump to it more so because they have an opinion on Trump. They really don't like him. But from the research that I've done, most of these people that was on these islands, and even outside of the islands, like a lot of people don't know Obama sent his daughters to study under Harvey Weinstein. So you're telling me one of the most
like Diddy Camp, like Justin Bieber at Diddy Camp. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he sent his daughters to study under him. So someone who was given nearly all of the intel of the world, you're telling me that this person don't know what this man was doing to, younger women, and, we don't even know the whole story, but I just find a lot of more ties to these sort of super predators, as they would say, to these people that have been convicted of these crimes that are upper echelon people. They've been more tied to like the Democratic side. So I'm not saying that nobody from the conservative or from the Republican side does these things.
Of course.
But I find this research that I've done, I found that the more so people on the left or the people that are really, really involved, and it's hidden because I didn't hear anybody really calling out. Even you look at P. Diddy said the most dangerous man in the world when he endorsed Hillary Clinton was Donald Trump. So if you all you got to do is just look at the endorsements and stuff, and then you'll see and be able to put the dots together and stuff. So
let me ask you a raw question. You don't think that money, like I've watched this show called Billions and I've seen some crazy shit. You don't think money like plays a big part in that deviant shit? You know what I'm saying? When they start talking about drinking low people's blood and shit like that, there's power in it. Like Hillary, the way do you think that money and power is the driving force in that shit?
No, I think money is just to get you into the circle. I think that's what gets you into the circle is money, but money is not the commodity that they use in which to so-called gain the power. I believe when they're doing all of these demonic things, I think it supersedes money, and it goes from the physical to the metaphysical. It goes into the spiritual realm. They use money as a cloak to hide their true intentions, because they bodies and people, when it's sex trafficking, money is involved, but the commodity is human beings. That's what you're selling. So they look at money. I think for the most part, I think money is a distraction to where people try to connect the dots with money, but I think it goes way beyond all of that. I think it's much, much deeper, deeper than that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you follow Candace Owens? Have you been seeing what she's been saying about Erika Kirk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've heard some things, that she's been saying, yeah.
Okay, now she was on Piers Morgan, right? And it looks like Piers Morgan trying to sell out. You know what I'm saying? And basically, a lot of people was creating distance. They saying that Trump is like, people are throwing these things out. I don't see it myself, but they saying that Trump is creating distance from Erika Kirk. You know what I mean? I don't think so, but according to what's been being said about her, I will see why. Now I want to play a little bit of this, just to familiarize the audience before we get into the State of the Union, because they about to start in a second, and I want to catch it from the beginning because I heard the Democrats is going to be responding tonight. If you want me to stop it, just let me know.
Deliberately promoting conspiracy theories for cash.
So basically, what Piers Morgan is kicking, and he used to be on B100 with her, but he always been a little bit oppy. He's saying that Candace Owens is just basically making shit up to make money. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk stuff or whatever it may be. I do think she's now gone down a path of deliberately promoting conspiracy theories for cash.
Yeah.
Candace's father is a government agent. Don't trust her. That's not how you spell Candace. You have to take that N out of there.
Candace, it may be that the person in the media spewing it to the public is you.
No, nice try. It's not. It's
Could
you
be.
by saying, why are you asking
Could be.
questions? Don't you worry about Mikey's feelings? Everyone knows what this is. And like I said, because we have the example, the concrete example of after JFK's assassination,
Very, very oppy shots.
the media members quite literally being put on the payroll of the CIA. We have a historical example that we can look at and go, we're not doing that again.
Link is pinned to the top if you want to join the panel. You know what I'm saying? We got God Family Country. Oh, God Family Country. I thought it said Good Family Country. Salute God Family Country. You know what I'm saying? He's a patriot. If you want to hit the link, go ahead and hit the link, man. We accept all.
And doesn't matter how many times you keep telling
Except if you want Timmy in the bathroom with Tammy. Keep your ass on your couch.
the public that I'm spewing issue, it is only because there has not been anything that has come out of this investigation that makes any sense. The public is not listening to, I am sorry to say this, Piers, people like you. And what I love about
she was genuinely surprised that he did what he did. She like, you too now?
you and I sitting down is at this exact same time last year, you were doing the same weird questioning and making all these things when I said that they were committing a Holocaust against the Gazans, and then you changed your mind.
Just in case y'all don't understand, right? It's messed up. It says the same shit here too. Can dance, you know what I'm saying? Can dance, like you're able to dance, or you're able to do the salsa or bachata or something. Can dance. No.
Actually,
Piers,
this time
I'll see you next year when you change your mind again and we have more information about what happened, and you realize that the difference between me and you is that I have the courage to take the risks and ask the questions first, okay, before it's popular.
There's a roadblock between us, Piers, because it seems that we are far apart of actually what happened on October 7th. And I know there's a lot of people here.
They try to make it seem like she's just against Jews. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
And talk about what happened.
But the only thing, man, I don't know, because she, like, when they talk about like October 7th and stuff, like I couldn't bear to watch the videos or see the pictures, but I don't see how you can like twist. Like when I hear her talk, like it sounds like conspiracy, because on October 7th there was only one side attacking the other side. I've seen the videos. I've seen them infiltrate the place where they were having the concert. I've seen women dragged away. I've seen them, you know, shoot and kill innocent people. I've seen babies, you know, videos that I couldn't watch fully, but I've seen them light babies on fire. I've seen, you know, there's a lot of horrible videos. I don't see how they, you know, you can twist that into something being the genocide against the Gazians or the Palestinian people, or, you know, whatever they want to call themselves.
Well, I think that in my opinion, right, first and foremost, this is the only thing that I ever like publicly probably said that I didn't like about what from the Trump administration is what they're talking about. Do you know what they plan on doing with the Gaza Strip?
Annexing it. Annexing, like they plan on, you know, Israel to go in there and, you know, I guess throw the Palestinians out.
No, they want to keep them in and turn that Gaza Strip into a fucking casino. That's what they want to do.
Okay, no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's what the Trump administration proposed, that we're going to take these people up out this country, you know what I'm saying, bomb them up, do, you know what I mean? The way Israel did the Gaza Strip was nasty, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, war in itself is crazy. It's crazy. I think that the Ukrainians, the way they using those drones to kill the Russians is fucked up. You know what I mean? And I seen some of those videos. I mean, my son is a fucking Marine, and some of the stories that he tells me, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about they laughing. I mean, they're having war on fucking video games. They desensitized. They drinking macchiatos and clapping down fucking villages, tracking dudes down and dropping bombs on them while they putting up. We you know what I mean? Like it's nasty business. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying about the pictures. You know, the visualization is inflammatory. It's meant to cause emotions, but you have to also think that this is the same visualizations that they provided for us when they was telling us the black man is in danger. The black man is getting ripped out of cars and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? They getting shot up. You know, they conveniently stopped showing all the white people that was getting their ass dragged out of cars and shit like that. They conveniently did that just, you know, because it fit the agenda at that time. Just like, you know, how they got black people fighting for everybody else except for black people. It reminds me of Obama during that time. Where you use my vote, I was one of the people out here with a fucking bullhorn talking about Obama killed your mama. Obama, you know what I'm saying? The vote or die, that shit. They're having everybody, you know what I'm saying, thinking that, you know, I voted, he got voted in because of his skin color. I ain't know shit about that dude. Now, if I would have been under that same tutelage, I would have helped put Kamala in place, and not knowing that she's a fucking Indian, you know, or whatever she wants to be at that time, you know. So I'm just saying that Obama came in, he used my color for a vote, but he didn't provide nothing. Trump came in, said, fuck color, this is what I'm going to do. And he did his job so far, in my opinion, you know what I mean? So I feel like the goalposts has moved a lot when it comes down to the visualizations they provide for us. Like, you know, when they show something happen in Israel, or they show something happen in Gaza, all you have to do is put it together, milk and cereal. Whoever is talking the shit, right? You know, one side is the op. One side is always going to provide propaganda against the other one. I'm talking about some of them put big money into campaigns to get us vested, you know? And then when you find out years later, you find out it was some government bullshit. It was some money involved. There was some, you know, a war created so somebody could leverage some land into money, you know, like the Chinese do.
Yeah. But it's like you said, it's a lot of propaganda, but it's some things that I don't think you can propagate, like them saying death to America. Like I like things done through juxtaposition, like you compare stuff, you make a comparative analysis between, both sides. If you like legit, you compare like the terrorist attacks. I'm just not talking about done to America. I mean, across the world, from the UK, to
UK.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, in general, I personally, and somebody would have to correct me and show me where there were Israeli or Jewish terrorists going around, like the thing where the 10 or 12 our Christians were beheaded on a beach, and the one person who they grabbed thinking they were a Christian too, and they tormented. It's not like they just took these people to a beach and beheaded them. They tortured them, held them down, stabbed and butchered them before even taking them out to send, just to get them to deny Christ, and they didn't do it. And they dragged them all to a beach, and for the whole world to see, they recorded it, and they beheaded these people. So somebody would have to show me the playing devil's advocate and show me the Israeli or the Jews moral equivalent to them doing something like that. But you would be hard pressed to find evidence of Jews doing stuff like that. So I know propaganda is real. That is a real thing in the media machine is a real thing, to where they try to paint individuals either to be nicer than what they are, or other individuals that are actually nice, meaner than what they are, calling evil good and good evil. I know that that's an actual thing, but when it comes to, this conflict, whether it be religious or, theoretical, I think one side, I don't know. I'm not going to say better, but yeah, one side is definitely more deviant than the other.
Let me
in my opinion.
Okay, let me just ask you something. Let me just make a statement first. Now, the other day we was doing a review on these Hasidic Jews from Brooklyn, and ironically, they were saying that all of them said that we don't stand with Israel. We're nothing. We're not with them, right? That's just some useless knowledge. Let me make a statement. Do you know that there's two things in Islam that definitely send you to hellfire?
Mm-hmm.
One of them is something that they call shirk, right? Now, shirk is an Arabic word for, it's like associating partners with God, right? And you have three forms of shirk. You have major shirk, you have minor shirk, and then you have inconspicuous shirk is what they call it, right? They have Arabic words for it too, but I'm not going to say what the words are. So minor, major, and inconspicuous. Minor shirk, you know what I'm saying? Now the minor shirk and the inconspicuous is, they say that it's forgivable, but the major shirk is associating partners with God, saying that God has a partner, right? The other thing is suicide. So if you're a Muslim and you kill yourself, you're automatically destined for hellfire. This is what Muslims believe, right? So when you have somebody that's masquerading as an Islamic, now the same way I just said that you have those Hasidic Jews in Brooklyn that disassociate themselves with Israel completely. You have Muslims, real Muslims, that disassociate themselves with those type of acts. So however you feel about those acts is how I feel about those acts. But I think that the propaganda that we're talking about comes in when you say that these people are Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But they are Islamic terrorists. You know what I mean? And Islamic terrorists, a lot of people speak Arabic. I learned how to speak Arabic way back in 1993.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm American. I read and write Arabic, and and you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
that's what's up.
There's a lot of people, right? That like the propaganda. This is where the propaganda starts for me, right? I've never met a real Muslim that's willing to kill children and women and call itself a fucking believer. To me, you need to get your head chopped off if that's what you're doing. If you strap yourself with a fucking bomb and go and just, you know, man, and yo, Allahu Akbar means that shit, those are Islamic terrorists. That's just like if they was fucking Chinese, they'll be Chinese terrorists. You know,
now, you see how you said Islamic terrorists and not Muslim terrorists. Islam is the belief or sect. It's the people, you know, Muslim, and Islam is what Muslim people study. So you see how it's Islamic terrorism. It's not saying Muslim terrorism, it's saying Islamic. So it's what they believe.
I've studied radical Christian groups that beat themselves, that believe that torturing themselves and hitting themselves is worshiping Christ. They feel like that's worshiping Christ. They feel like that Christ's grace is too much for them, and they cry and beat themselves. They're very, you know what I mean, radical. You know, but so this, you know, Islam does not teach this. I mean, if somebody chooses to be radical in their belief, then, you know, that's what they do. You know what I mean? But you can't blame it on the deen or the way of life or the religion, because the way of life is the deen of the religion of peace. You know what I'm saying? So we never had that. I mean, in the history of Islam, when have you heard of Muslims winning wars by killing themselves? You know, like it never happened. If anything, you know, the Muslim wars, this is how they went. After they finished with the wars, right? They let you bury your dead. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, all you had to do was just pay your taxes. You could still keep your religion. They didn't force anybody. Religion is not compulsory. You can't force religion on people. This is Islamic history. So this stuff that they have today and calling it Islam, it's almost a disrespect. It's almost like attributing the word nigga to the black man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Well, and hold on, let me say something. A lot of those people that's in other countries call us that and think that that's how we are. We just running around saying, "What's up, my nigga?" You know what I mean, my nigga. Based off of propaganda that's being fed to them about us. Come on, man. It's disgusting, and that's what it is. So, and last thing I'm gonna say is something that you said about it being the religion and the people. The people make the religion, so it doesn't matter what the doctrine says. If the people, let's say, if the doctrine was all good and it led us right to paradise, but the people, right? The people ain't shit. The people, you know what I mean? Like the people, you know, they're not under anything. So that's what I'm saying. The people are very important because the people propagate, you know, the way of life. And if the media portraying the way of life, the fastest growing religion, you know what I mean, in the world. Yeah. You know, like I'm gonna keep it real, man. I've been in the church, you know, I've been baptized, you know, before, you know what I'm saying? And I've studied a lot of religions and stuff like that, but I know this, right? Religion comes from the word religio, right? And it means to tie or bind. To tie or to bind. Spirit comes from spiritus, and it means to breathe, right? A lot of people that carry religion don't have spirit, don't have spirituality, because the religion, right? And it says this in the Quran, that the religion doesn't go past their lips, you know? So they, you know, like a lot of these people say something, they, you know, we're this group, or we're this terrorist group, or this terrorist group, but it doesn't go past their lips, the Islamic part. You know, it's almost a disrespect, like I said, like attributing nigga to the black man, you know?
Well, hey, I mean, this is definitely a discussion that you gotta dive into. So I definitely
tap in the channel, man. Going live over here, man. Just type in the chat so I can give you a wrench, because they'll shoot your ass if they don't know you. Like,
I got you, brother. But man, I know the union about to start, bro, and we all trying to catch it. So salute. I'm gonna tune in next time, bro. We gonna dive deeper into this. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, always a pleasure, bro. Thank you for pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the link is pinned at the top up there. Anybody could join. I'm gonna go check on the State of the Union, and we're gonna get right to it, man. Go ahead, hit that super chat. Let's hit the goal tonight, y'all.
To tell you what, from my point of view, what me and my people think.
We'll check on it and see if it started yet.
And
Tell me what you think.
So there are three big things that made the world.
Good bill, very good bill, man. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for providing, not getting crazy when you know, I start speaking about the Muslims in that way. But Islam is Ramadan Kareem for those that's fasting. Islam is the religion of peace, man. You know, I come from being a shooter. I come from beating people down to they bloody, having 20 years, you know, like I needed God, you know what I'm saying, in my life. You dig? And Islam called me because of peace. It didn't call me for the violence. I was running from that, you know? And they say that these people are Muslims. Them niggas is not no fucking Muslim, not no Muslims I know. None of the Muslims I know is blowing themselves up. Trust me when I tell you, man.
Accept what is happening now in Palestine, and they talk like, what will happen now? Can we get it? Three things. The story of the decapitated babies.
That was not true.
Good. So why didn't the Western media refute it? Why didn't they?
Well, it was refuted very quickly.
Really?
Yes.
But
very quickly.
How many times the Western media has used that media? Until today, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is still repeating it. Until now, Benjamin Netanyahu.
It's not true.
I know, but it was.
But it has been discounted by the media.
No, not really.
It has.
Not really. And it didn't. And in the discounting and refuting, and I think when you have an apology or a retraction, it has to be.
Yeah, but I was accused of saying it. I never said it.
And you know what is similar? Is when you spread the lies of 40 decapitated babies, although it was refuted. So what happens when people hear that, you know, killing babies is horrible. But when you say decapitated 40 babies, you are planting a certain image,
well, who has
with
said
a certain
that?
trigger in people's mind.
Who has said that? Who has said?
We're going to get back to the smoky shit in a second, man. It started, so let's get to it. If you're new here, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel. It's at the top right. The link is pinned at the top.
Millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked. We now have the strongest and most secure border in America. We now have the strongest and most secure border in America.
Oh, that's why I hate talking about religion sometimes. You see with that? Well, Islam, Stephanie, is calling you people, calling people to be slaves in Libya. Right, okay.
In the past,
That doesn't sound like peace, so those ain't Muslims to me.
millions have been admitted to the United States.
Slavery is oppression. You know what I'm saying? And oppression is worse than slaughter.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will
I'm doing a very good job.
love our country and will work hard to maintain
Shut up.
our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%. Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster.
I wonder what these Democrats going to say.
A gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few,
I bet Jasmine Crockett right up in there.
$1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions.
And fucking up crypto.
Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured
all my wallets up.
$18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
I'm actually going to check the prices now.
Think of it, much less than $1
Wait till the Democrats speak tonight. Oh my God, it's going to get messy.
$1 for 1 year. What a difference a president.
I think they speak directly after he's done.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
He ain't lying. He's snatching presidents up like they fucking Air Jordans.
As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
That's some gangster shit to say. We said our friend Venezuela. We hold this fucking president hostage over here.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
Drill. Feels like a motherfucker too.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
How y'all like that $1,000 fund for the kids? All the kids born, I think, last year to next year gets that $1,000, that $3,000 for the Trump fund.
We ended DEI in America.
Hey, didn't I tell you? Hey, I told you you wouldn't lose your food stamps, y'all.
a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Speaking about them food stamps, huh? Yeah, how quick motherfuckers when they got a job, right? Like, oh, I can work.
And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much.
Boy, rock star.
And I say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Yeah, Trump is a fucking troll like a motherfucker. Let's get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're a patriot, man. Let me show your boys some support, man, and go to the top right and hit the subscribe button.
Go ahead. Thank you. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House. They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck. think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, you practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much. I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country. And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday. So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, The spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety. People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 200.
Let them go in the chat. As long as they don't use no profanity, let them go wild tonight. You know what I'm saying? Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up real quick. My name is Mac Mean, true story. If you are a professional troll and you got some style with you, I will give you a wrench on that channel, okay? Now, scan that QR code, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in trolling, politics, and all type of shit. You know what I mean? No Diddy.
American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans. All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up, ladies and gentlemen.
We gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom whose home's.
Yes, he is. You just don't want to let yourself see the truth. What do you mean by that, Angelus?
Works overtime, operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that.
Well, we speaking the same language, Angelus, Antonio, Maceo, Sis, Trunk, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, he's doing a fucking good job. You know, I'm just a troll, and I like doing sarcastic shit and saying sarcastic shit. But Trump is the best motherfucker. He's just an all around dope ass dude. You know what I mean? Just honest. Doesn't have politician written on him. You know, and that's why I fuck with him.
To fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
Who like slaves? See, this is the rhetoric and the the emotional bullshit I be talking about. You all clap for crumbs while they whip us like slaves. Whipping who? I didn't see nobody get whipped.
When I asked Michael, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them.
Look, Angelus, I just be trying to provoke these fucking lunatic ass left people, because they, and then also too, I like to entertain the rhetoric sometimes, But if you're on that Trump train, let me see you spam the chat with ones, man. They think that all my subscribers and all my all the Republicans or people that's conservative rather are bots. So show them that you're not bots and type ones in the chat and double tap the screen and get the likes up. Show them that we active. Trump is doing an excellent job. You actually
pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Steven, type ones. I'm gonna make them time you out.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing?
I think it's going to turn out to be more.
Could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to TrumpAccounts.gov. TrumpAccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons.
Terry, I'm watching you. He's lying about what?
Economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years.
He's not lying about that. I'm in the stock market. I know exactly what the fuck he's talking about.
Were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting.
Riverside helps with the entire process of making a podcast.
My bad, y'all.
Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word, they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward. The price of eggs is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost. In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price. So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase, but a few Weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website. She logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under
StreamYard is trash. It just be sometimes, you know what I mean? But I got it back together.
Much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom. So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory, so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting to hear the Democrats.
We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
He said Nancy Pelosi would never stand up.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance.
Double tap the screen, get the likes up if you ain't hit the like button yet.
We'll get it.
No, she can't wait to speak. Look at
And if
her.
we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget.
Let's get the likes up.
The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm.
Oh, he talking directly to. Look at them. They got that camera on her. Oh man, I know she got a lot to say. Look at JD Vance too. This is why I like JD Vance. He gonna ride with his dog. Look at them. They sitting back. They know they got the house.
Remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here.
You know that camera's on her. She getting hot.
Here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem.
Choking your mama.
Delilah. Delilah Colton was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Hey, Payne, don't be a narcissist, man. Ain't you happy to have your channel back, man? Thank Daddy, okay? Daddy giveth and Daddy taketh. All right? Go about your business, man. Matter of fact, the link is pinned if you want to come up here and say something smart. You're going to fall for the bait. Don't hit the link, Payne. I don't want to embarrass you. I'm not letting you up.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location.
Go play in the sector, man. You see what I'm doing? Get you a bag, man. Follow Daddy. You follow me, you know what I'm saying? You might get some money in your pocket, man. Play around, man. You like that 11,000, right? You don't like to see that shit say terminated. I don't give a fuck. I'll just make another one.
That's why tonight I'm calling on...
No matter, the other one got 5,000 anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, wake up, wake up. All right?
Congress to pass what we...
You know, like when they call you a PDF, right? Show me one piece of proof. Anybody in there that proves... We just asked the question, can you name one person? You know what I'm saying? One charge. Knock it off.
We'll call the Delilah Law.
Like the cry, we guilty until proven innocent. Yeah, it seems like it's a trend.
Any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Just like all that shit they put on MacMean. Lies, propaganda, you know what I'm saying? Swore on a stack of Bibles right after coming out of church. Crazy.
Congress to pass what we will call the
But that you had your 5 minutes, all right? You be well, brother.
Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Stock market up. Y'all better go get y'all some money. Matter of fact, put your cash apps in there. Let me give y'all some money.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was...
You already know Penn Station's grilled subs and those fresh-cut fries are awesome. But what about dunking awesome? Introducing new Cheese Dipper, dippable cheddar cheese that goes great.
That shit just snuck up on us out of nowhere. Like.
Bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished.
That's right. Trump do love America.
Their family's life violently and
viciously. You know what I hate when they say you protecting a pedophile. They say all this shit about Trump, right? And they said, they say a lot of things about people, but I'm into what they prove. They prove that this man got some shit. We're gonna all out him, but I just doubt it. Yeah.
Her heart.
Only an idiot would think that. You know what I'm saying? Only a brainwashed fucking idiot. Somebody that's full of hatred and don't really look at the facts. Hatred.
Broken mother is in the...
If I was to get one of these fools up here and y'all see me decimate some of these people, you know what I'm saying? Get them up here in front of me and I start asking them direct questions, you're going to see them yell and blurt out a bunch of shit that's mindless. Not understanding that you're sitting in front of somebody that's well-studied and articulate, man. You know, I don't protect people I don't protect no fucking PDFs, you goofies, you know?
Gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
Yeah. Lord, man, Kamala would have tore this country up.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
That's right. Very simple. It's the duty of a mother and father to protect their children. I bet he making faces at them Democrats. Hello, Zero. They're not standing up. Look at him. He getting red in the face. He feel that camera on his bald ass. Bald nigga, bald nigga, bald nigga. Boy, you look like a bowling ball. Haircut tendonism. Boy, you look like a soccer ball. Golf ball.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing.
She's yelling. She's yelling. Hey, Tony says, look at Tony, this guy Tony, right? You're drinking that Trump gravy by the gallon. Only see what you want to see and ignore everything else. This man talk about his own daughter like a piece of meat. PDF clown show, right? Now let's get to the part where I only see what I want to see. So now that you got the spotlight, Tony Montana, right? Why don't you take the liberty to tell me what you want me to see? What am I ignoring? Tell me what you want me to see, Tony. Go ahead, Tony. This is the Tony Show, y'all. Double tap the screen, get the lights up for Tony. All right, we're gonna wait for your answer, Tony.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases,
they really yelling at him. Look at they can't control themselves. These people can't control themselves. Look at them in the comments. You goofy ass motherfuckers. If y'all support Trump, show them that we powerful, man. Y'all know what to type. Look at this goofy shit. They up in there yelling. Let me just let it play through.
cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Nerving them not to stand up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Jersey Mike, I'm Cambodian. Shut up.
To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
The Trump syndrome hitting hard in the chat today. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up.
And by the way, it's polling at 89.
Here's for one of your Democrat friends.
89%.
Tell him the black man over here representing Trump. Hard, too. Come on.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats.
He hurting them right now. He hurting them.
The policy that
DMW, he's hurting them right now. Look at them in the chat. They going crazy.
Saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Look how evil she looks. Aunt Mabel ass.
And the reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things.
Yep.
You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
You see the whole time. Mind you, the whole time they heckling and catcalling him. And those Democrats, because he allowed them to be there to question him.
And here is one more opportunity.
Discussing as if that's a good sign for the ops to see. The people that don't rock with our country, to see that this is our decorum towards our fucking president. They foul. That shows weakness.
Show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up. And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Yeah. They are. I hope they put a camera on them. Put the camera on them. Put the camera on them.
Amazing. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Yeah, I support Trump. I don't support Epstein. Fuck you talking about? Get up out of here. Fucking Epstein. I don't fuck with no Epstein.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation position to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
Now, I did see what you said. You said that the U.S. debt has hit 38 trillion. Trump is directly responsible for how much did you say? 9.58 trillion of that debt, or 37.4%. Are we winning yet? This motherfucker try to be smart. So I went and looked it up. It said the rate of increase that the rate of increase, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really look at this whole thing I just read, because I read pretty fast, you stupid ass motherfucker. They be trying to come over here and say anything, right? The rate of increase, the debt has increased by roughly 2.2 trillion to 2.35 trillion over the past year. Says right here, yes, the U.S. national debt has increased significantly, surpassing $38 trillion by late 2025. The debt grows by over $6 billion daily. And this was all because of Trump, this guy says, right? Recent drivers. It says major contributors include the COVID-19 pandemic. This is what it's saying. So I like to, once in a while entertain y'all, right? The 2019 pandemic, a large-scale stimulus spending, and increased interest payments, which now consume a significant portion of federal revenue. Now, of course, they're going to say, well, yeah, everything you read is because of Trump, right? I want you to understand something, right? Matter of fact, I can't teach y'all no history lessons. I refuse to entertain this shit any further.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God.
I would say so.
Tremendous renewal.
People ain't scared to practice their religion no more and say that they believe in God. It's crazy.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not going to go back that way. But.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin.
Well, you said crap channel. You must be one of them crazy Democrats because, I got thousands of people that don't believe that, what you just said. But I banned you forever on this channel, all right?
And really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful...
You should feel special because I did it to you. I laid the hands on you, God's work.
Wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica,
duck on my channel. I just wanted to see if I could really do it.
Please stand.
You know how much money I saved by not paying for that funky ass StreamYard? You see how they do me? This is what you get. Like a pixelated version. I got the best camera known to man. And, and it gives you this bullshit. And I got a green screen behind me. For crying out loud. A fucking green screen behind me. And StreamYard, this is how they treat you. So, don't make no sense in paying all that money for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real, man. Let me show you a trick I learned in Vietnam. Real fast. Check. It's a nice little trick. There go Mrs. Arizona right there, y'all. I'm not going to disrespect her, but it's just crazy, man.
A lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing...
Leave me alone. In a moment, dead man.
it back, and it's coming back at levels that
Don't do
nobody
that. Don't do that.
actually thought possible.
That shit is triggering for me. Because I was living in a hateful world. And I miss my Uncle Charles around getting headstrong. Yeah. Bill Clinton. Oh.
really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her.
That fucking sucker. Did y'all see that video? Did y'all see that video? The way he slashed that girl up, and she didn't even know that she was slashed. That's how sharp that knife was, bro. Rest in peace to her soul. That shit broke my heart, bro.
Life, she died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America. Came in
He didn't do nothing to him. He just jumped up on the bus and just started slashing her, bro.
through open borders. Mrs.
Need to behead a motherfucker like that, yo. Sending them back to their country ain't good enough, man. You need to take a person like that head from his body. You need to get that. He don't need the dome piece no more after that. You know what I'm saying?
Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
But everything that he say, he do it. Like, I don't get that. A person that's fighting for this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine, right? Because none of these people don't know what Trump did. They just, they've been infected by the media. No, they don't know shit. Honestly, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, right? But imagine how he feel if all this shit y'all be saying is untrue, like we believe. Imagine how he feel if we fight like that for him. Imagine where his fight comes from. Imagine what type of person you got to be, what type of tenacity you got to have to be a rich motherfucker up there with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? A billionaire. Old timer. Don't got nothing else better to do but to conquer one more thing. Let me try to do something with this country. He the only politician we seen that's not a politician, yo.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore.
Cleaned it up.
Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Cleaned it up. Made them niggas behave. That's why they don't want martial law. That's why they don't want shit like that. They want, yo, bro, you have martial law. Think about the motherfuckers that's really, really pushing that dope and getting them boatloads in and shit. Like no crime. You talking about, yo, bro, do you know what type of money we about to lose if y'all fix this shit up? Of course it's defund the police. Why the fuck would we want the military over here? Only thing they're gonna do is fix it up. And that's gonna fuck up, you know what I'm saying, what we doing, which is poison y'all communities, bro. Is it that they love that which is bad for them and they hate that which is good for them?
In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were...
You're going to catch their responses on your own. I got to get up out of here. We at the 3-hour mark. Salute to everybody that, you know what I mean, that wrote this little shit with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, salute Bad Actor, Tracker, salute Zero. Thank you for pulling up today. You know what I'm saying? My brother Lansky, Miss Benzo, DMW Shata, Bombakla, my boy DBN, you know what I'm saying? Mr. X, whole squad, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, Mind the Major, Baltimore, you know, if I forgot it, there's a lot of y'all, you know, Mr. X, everybody that was here today, you know what I'm saying? I can't name everybody, and all the new people today too, you know what I'm saying, that did a good job of keeping everybody entertained and, you know what I'm saying, engaged. Delaware, salute. Problem Child. Even if you said something crazy, I'm still shout you out. Hootie, salute. You know what I'm saying? Who else is new? OG Card, salute. John Strange, salute. Who else? I find that so stupid. Defund the police and ban guns so no one can protect themselves from the criminals. It's all goofy. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Judith, this is what happens when the most ignorant, uneducated wins the vote. This is what she says. Wah, wah, wah. Salute, DM. Because it's not about the money, it's the power for them that are corrupt. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get up out of here. Salute to everybody, God's work. I'm going to keep on watching this in the background while I do other things, so I can hear the people respond. Maybe I'll do a live on their response tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? All right. Peace. And so if you didn't subscribe, go to the top right now and hit those 3 dots and subscribe. Let me end the poll first.
Down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her that never see anything like her. So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly